So I'm presiding this morning. Thank you very much. At first, we're going to have our invocation by Hannah from Ag Extension Office and pledges by Laurie Wigginton. Thank you, Hannah. Would you please stand, please?
Heavenly Father, we humble ourselves today. Lord, we posture our hearts towards you. And before we begin with our agendas and plans, we say thank you, Lord.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lord, for where you have placed and positioned each and every one of us to serve Denton County. God, you have intention and purpose in all that you do. You are in every detail. You are in control. Show us, Lord, how to steward what you have given us and where you have placed us well, not for our own gain, but for your glory. Guide us and lead us as we serve this county. Give us eyes to see and ears to hear you, Lord. God, I pray Psalm 90:17 over us today. May the favor of the Lord rest upon us. Establish the work of our hands. Yes, establish the work of our hands. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you. Ms. Wigginton?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Next item on the agenda is a public comment form, and we only have one this morning. And I've debated whether I'm going to let him speak or not, but I guess I will. Mr. Hernandez, Gustavo, come on up.
Commissioners, good morning. I don't even know how to take that, but I'm going to take it anyways.
That's right.
So last week, as you know, we have our fifth B event.
Yes, thank you.
And I really wanted to take a moment to thank people because this is a big event that is a lot of work involved, and I think that without everybody's help, we couldn't make it successful. I'm going to thank all the departments that participated in one way or another, but I want to thank particularly the HR office and the facilities department. Those two departments worked hard, the day off, the planning involved, and I'm not used to say thank you, but to the surprise of many people, they are going to be like, he's dying or something because he's saying thank you, but no, I'm healthy. I just think that it's time to start telling people thank you. This is new to me. I'm not used to do this. And I wanted to thank not only the employees that went, but also those departments that participated, that had the booth in there, because they put time and effort into this. I want to thank particularly Crystal in my office, because she plans this, she coordinates vendors, she does all the logistics to make the event successful. Last but not least, I want to thank you, because without you guys, we couldn't do it. Without the money that you budget for this event, we cannot do it. And I want to thank everybody, and I want to thank the employees for being here with the HR family, with the county family. So that's the only thing I wanted to say. So thank you for your time.
And for the record, I was giving him a hard time. He can't speak. And I thank you for thanking everybody, and thank you for what you all do for that B event. Our employees certainly enjoyed, and we enjoyed, and I thank you and your department. Did y'all want to say something? Y'all want to say it later? Or you want to say it later? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Next item on the agenda is the consent agenda, approval of order making. 2A is approval of order making appointments and any appropriate action. 2B is approval of payroll. 2C is approval of budget amendment request number 2026-81 for facilities management to transfer $35,000 from HVAC supplies to architect fees to allocate additional architectural funding for upcoming building projects, and any appropriate action. 2D is approval of budget amendment request number 2026-283 for public health environmental to transfer $700 for mileage reimbursement to training and education to cover incurred training expense and any appropriate action. 2E is approval of budget amendment request number 2026-285 for death investigation and medical examiner service to transfer $1,092 for mileage reimbursement, $1,005 from fuel, and $330 from dues and subscription to training and education for a total transfer of $2,427 to cover incurred training expenses and any appropriate action. 2F is approval of the April 26 road superintendent report presented for recording purposes only.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is 3A. Bianca, if I missed something, let me know, please. 3A is approval of resolution recognizing Kim Gertler, and she is not going to be here this morning. Hold on a minute, guys, I'm sorry. But I'm going to go ahead and read her resolution into the records. The Denton County Commissioners Court recognized Kim Gertler for 28 years of service to Denton County. The Denton County Commissioners Court, Denton County, Texas, during a regular session on the 19th day of May 2026, considered the following resolution. Kim Gertler has been a loyal employee of the Denton County Criminal District Attorney's Office from March 8th, 88 through August 25th, 95, October 30th, 96 through July 25th, 97, and since May 15, 2006, and retired May 15, 2026, after over 28 years of combined service. And whereas Kim began her career as a receptionist for District Attorney Jerry Cobb, shortly thereafter she was promoted to secretary and a few years to system coordinator, a position she held until her resignation in August 95. In October 96, Kim was hired by District Attorney Bruce Isaac, serving for just under 1 year as an administrative assistant, and on May 15, 2006, as an administrative specialist, promoted to specialist, and on January 1st, 2007, her dear friend Paul Johnson was sworn in as district attorney, and by June, Kim was promoted to administrative manager in the Family Law Division. 3 years later, after earning her paralegal certification, she was again promoted to senior paralegal in the Civil Division. Finally, on April 2nd, 2014, Kim received her final promotion to Director of Administration, reporting directly to Mr. Johnson. She has remained in that role faithfully, serving the District Attorney's Office and the citizens of Denton County for the past 12 years. And whereas Kim met her lifelong best friends, Sandy and Kelly, while working at the District Attorney's Office, and was fortunate enough to work alongside her childhood friends, Margaret and Amy, along the way she formed many lasting friendships, a reflection of her kind, caring, and beloved nature. And whereas Kim has been a consistent and positive advocate for victims of crime and their families, she served on the Board of Friends of the Family, a domestic violence shelter and nonprofit organization. Kim has been an exceptional team member, mentoring many new employees in the unique responsibility of the District Attorney's Office. She could always be counted on to assist in all areas of the office, and for that, she will be dearly missed. In retirement, Kim plans to spend time with her family and grandchildren and to travel. And whereas the District Attorney Office extends its sincere gratitude to Kim for her years of dedicated service, her commitment to the work, and her many contributions to the office, and we wish her all the best in her retirement. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Denton County Commissioners Court, Denton County, Texas, does hereby extend to Kim our sincere and grateful appreciation for her service to Denton County. We congratulate Kim on a well-earned retirement and extend our best wishes to her for continued happiness and good health in the years to come. Done in open court this 19th day of May, 2026, upon a motion made by
Second.
Commissioner Edmondson and second by Commissioner Faulkner. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Please let Kim know that we appreciate her service.
All on the top.
Paul, do you want to say anything?
He's gonna talk on another one,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Well,
Oh, okay. Perfect. You don't want to talk for her then? I'm
We-
just kidding. I'm just kidding. Well, while we're talking about her, you know, what a wonderful individual. Very fortunate for Denton County to have had her for as long as we
Big years.
have. She's gonna be deeply missed. You can always count on her to take care of any phone calls, any questions that you have. So, but I wish her the best in her retirement.
Agreed. Thank you.
Kevin, you have anything?
I agree fully, and I know that she'll leave a big hole there, Paul, that you have to take care of. But thank you, Kim, for what you've done.
Diane, you have
I
comments?
second that, Commissioners.
Yes, Kim has done a great job for the county, and we certainly appreciate all of her service and all she's done for Denton County. I missed the naming the names on 2A, the new hire, Ryan Rice in facilities. We've already voted on it, and Aaron Schilling, promotion in public health. Our next resolution, Dan Myers, he's not going to be here, but I'm going to go ahead and read his resolution into the record also. Resolution honoring for 20 years of dedicated service to Denton County, the Denton County Commissioners Court, Denton County, Texas, during a regular session on the 19th day of May, 2026, considers the following resolution. Dan Myers has been a loyal employee with Denton County Department of Transportation and Engineering and will retire on May 28, 2026, after over 20 years of service. And whereas Dan was hired as a driver equipment operator in March 2006 and later promoted to heavy equipment operator, now known as driver equipment operator 3, in February 2012, and whereas Dan was a dedicated employee who provided a high level of quality and valuable service to the Department of Transportation and Engineering and earned the respect of all who worked with him. Whereas Dan's extraordinary work ethic, attention to detail, and devotion to assisting his coworkers were greatly appreciated by his fellow colleagues, and he will be deeply missed. And whereas the Department of Transportation and Engineering would like to thank Dan for his commitment and hard work throughout his career and wish him a wonderful retirement filled with relaxed days and simple joys, enjoying life one day at a time. Now therefore be it resolved, the Denton County Commissioners Court, Denton County, Texas, does hereby extend to Dan Myers our sincere and grateful appreciation for his dedicated service to Denton County. We congratulate Dan on his well-earned retirement and extend our best wishes to him for continued success, happiness, and good health in the years to come. Done in open court this the 19th day of May, 2026, upon a motion made by,
Move to approve?
Second?
motion made by Commissioner Williams and second by Commissioner Falconer. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next resolution is 3C, approval of a resolution recognizing Jeff Wigginton's retirement and any appropriate action. And we do have our district attorney here for this item. I'm going to go ahead and read it, Paul, and then give you a chance to make some comments. This is a resolution from the Denton County Commissioners Court during a regular session on the 19th day of May, 2026. Consider the following resolution. Whereas Jeff Wigginton is retiring on May 31st, 2026, and after more than 9 years of dedicated service to Denton County as an investigator, and whereas following a long distinguished career with the Dallas Police Department, Jeff joined the Denton County District Attorney's Office on April 5th, 2017, and whereas in recognition of his dedication and exemplary work, Jeff was promoted to investigative supervisor on October 14, 2020, where he oversaw investigators assigned to the misdemeanor trial division, and whereas Jeff has devoted 43 years of his life to a career in law enforcement. And whereas we extend our sincere appreciation for his service and wish Jeff all the best in his retirement with time to enjoy family, friends, and new adventures through travel. Now therefore be it resolved, the Denton County Commissioners Court, Denton County, Texas, does hereby extend to Jeff Wigginton our sincere and grateful appreciation for his dedicated service to Denton County. We congratulate Jeff on his well-earned retirement and extend our best wishes to him for continued success, happiness, and good health in the years to come. Done in open court this 19th day of May, 2026, upon a motion made by,
Second?
we have a motion by Commissioner Edmondson, second by Commissioner Williams. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. And Mr. Wigginton, you're here this morning, and I understand your wife was here. She did the pledges for us. Thank you very much, Ms. Laura. Okay, Mr. Wigginton, I'm gonna give you the first opportunity to say
I
some
just want to
words.
say thank you for the resolution. I want to thank Paul for hiring me over 9 years ago. I retired from Dallas and I was looking for another job. And after 34 years in service, I didn't know anything else to do but law enforcement. So they had the opening, and I was grateful enough that Paul hired me, and I've enjoyed my 9 years there very, very much.
Thank you. Paul?
And I will say this, the world is big, but yet it's small. And where I'm going with it is this, I never knew Jeff at all until he came in to interview. But here's the irony of it. We both went to the same middle school, we both went to the same high school. We lived a couple blocks from each other for years
Same street.
and never saw him. I see this application, I go, I couldn't believe it, we graduated.
He
at
was
the same
probably
time.
ahead of you. I mean, behind you, right? You were older than him, so maybe that's why he didn't.
He
Well,
didn't catch it,
actually,
Kev.
I'm a couple weeks older than him,
I see.
you know.
I thought
just
so.
saying, you know, anyway, but why digress here? I will be depressed. All right, so, I appreciate your service, and I gotta say this too, to brag for him. He was Dallas PD for 34 years.
That's great.
34 years. Here's the weird part. He's the only one I've ever met, never had a complaint against him
Oh, wow.
in 34 years on there. So
Wow.
I'm just saying, that should have been in the, that's why I said who wrote it. 'cause
I know who wrote it.
it's
Pretty impressive.
crazy. But
That's
anyway,
great.
we're gonna miss you, but
We're gonna miss y'all.
congratulations. And because Ryan had to pull this thing out with Kim, I would say she has a servant's heart. She was basically so sweet and kind. I used to joke with her saying, you know what? Your
He was.
goodness, you're gonna be right next to Jesus in heaven. I'm gonna be in the ghettos if, you know, trying to get up there, the way you are, Kim. She really was. She's very sweet, very kind person. We'll miss her, but I will say this, she trained Andy Fletcher, and she's taken her spot, and I think she'll do a great job too. So
good.
anyway, Miss Kim, but she's not here, so I'll just leave it at that, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I gotta
Yeah,
go to
no.
grand jury now.
Now, let's,
right.
Paul, before you leave, guys, let's go down and take a picture
Yeah,
with
quick
Paul.
quick
And
picture
then,
real quick.
yeah,
Yes.
let's,
One, two, and three. Perfect.
Miss you guys. Oh, no, big time.
sorry about that, Paul had to leave. So, commissioners, y'all want to do some comments?
No, that's okay.
Y'all okay?
Oh, they're
Okay.
good.
I didn't know he had to leave that quick.
I know.
Okay, our next item on the agenda is 5A, approval of the bill report, payments from CSCD, Community Correction, TAIP, Sheriff's Training, Sheriff's Forfeiture, VIT interest, and DA forfeiture funds are presented for recording purposes only. The next item is 5B.
Mr. Mayor?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was
Oh,
going to say,
Jeff, I'm sorry, I
That's
left
okay.
you out.
I don't have any changes today. I just recommend as approval.
Okay,
as
guys.
presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Williams, second by Commissioner Falconer. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is 5B, discussion and consideration of all matters incident and related to the issuance and sale of Denton County. Let me get to the microphone. Texas Permanent Improvement Refunding Bonds, Series 2026, including the adoption of an order authorizing the issuance of such bonds, establishing parameters for the sale and issuance of such bonds, delegating certain matters to an authorized official of the county, and resolving other matters incident and related to county auditor.
Thank you, Commissioner. I have Michael Martin with Hilltop Securities to come up and address you. But while he's coming up, I just wanted to say that this is only a refunding, and it will not impact, or it will not increase the tax rate. And also, I wanted to mention that this is a parameter order, so right now the market's not necessarily going in the right direction, but it's still positive for us. So we're going to keep an eye on it, and if it goes outside the parameters, we may hold off on it or not do it. So just wanted to mention that.
Michael?
Good morning, Commissioners. Michael Martin with Hilltop Securities. I work with John Martin, my father, who has represented the county as municipal advisor. Yes, we're looking at refunding the 2017 permanent improvement refunding bonds with the maturities of 2027 and 2028, and then as well as 2030 and 2031. We're tentatively scheduled to price next week if the market is behaving itself and acting in our interest. If not, we can go week to week and see what it looks like moving forward. And then if, say, the market does turn in the right direction, we can always add some more bonds that are included in that resolution. Happy to answer any other questions you all might have.
Commissioner?
Well, and Michael and I had a quick conversation beforehand where he was explaining more of the details. But the really good news, and just as Jeff mentioned, is that this is only here to save taxpayer dollars. And so if something like if the interest, because I was a little confused about how a 2017 bond, because rates were much lower in 17 than they are today, but because the maturity levels and all that, it's actually a thing we can do. But we won't go through with it if the market isn't indicative of that. So that's a great boundary to have, and I appreciate that you guys are on top of that, looking for ways to save money every time we can.
Yes, sir. Yeah, parameter sales are really helpful in these types of situations.
Yeah, thank you.
And I just want to offer our condolence for the family.
Thank you, Commissioner
Thank you.
Mitchell.
Yes.
Appreciate you. Okay, is there anything else? Jeff, anything else?
That's all I have.
That's all you have? Okay.
Do we need to?
Thank you, Michael, for being here.
And, yeah, we do need a vote.
We need to vote on it. Yes.
I'll move approval.
We have a motion by Commissioner Falcon and a second by Commissioner Edmondson. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is number 6A is approval of renewal for ITB number 25-2852 hot mix asphaltic concrete to Eurovia Atlantic Coast LLC DBA Sunmount Paving Company as primary and Austin Asphalt Inc. as secondary. Any appropriate action? I move approval. Second. Have a motion by myself and second by Diane. Commissioner Edmondson, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is 6B, approval of revision to Denton County Purchasing Policy and Procedure Manual, Section 24, Procurement Record Policy to align with the new travel training expense policy 8.1 and any appropriate action. Scott, you have any comments on that?
Commissioners, there was a change to a travel card, so people can no longer use their P card for travel. So we took that language out of our policy so that it will all align with what Jeff's policy is.
Okay, so I've got a question about that, because now if you have a P card, you've got two cards, the P card and the travel card. And my question is, why could they not have been just one card?
Like it has been.
Is there?
That was a decision by the auditor's office.
Okay, Jeff, then.
Actually, that was a workday issue. The way your travel card works, it ties in, of course, to the travel, but it also ties in to the payroll, where used to, our old system would tie into accounts payable, and that's why Workday has, it doesn't really operate without a travel card. But it's the reason why we did that. And it does help in some ways in that it does have different rules and things to allow other, I guess, unusual situations related to travel versus P-card, and that's why we had to have the two policies. But it was a workday issue is the main answer.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I don't particularly like it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna vote for it, but I don't particularly like us having to have two cards when you could put everything on one card.
Yeah.
So,
I
you know,
would
that's just my
agree.
comment.
Because my question was gonna be, is this temporary or is it gonna be, we're gonna have, but it sounds like it's, as long as we have
Yes,
workday, it's permanent.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, when we have a new systems, we have to change a lot of
Yeah.
things. And we have to accept that, and, you know, whether we like it or not sometimes. If it's best for the county, then okay, but,
Yeah, we can look into it further, maybe in the future,
Okay.
if we can combine it into one card. I don't know how to do that yet, but we can dig into that and see if it's available.
well, I'd appreciate that. I don't know about the rest of the
Oh, yeah,
commissioners.
I hate carrying extra cards.
I don't use it that, you know, April used to take care of that, but still, I think having two cards is,
I've had multiple conversations with quite a few different
Yeah.
employees, and with the question and understanding, and quite frankly, I couldn't give them a good enough excuse.
Right.
You know, I guess workday is the excuse, which is not really a very good excuse in my mind. You know, obviously, when you change computer systems, there's gonna be issues, and that
Yeah.
happens, and that's okay, and I'm all supportive of us making changes that are better for the county, but when you add more work or more things on top of something that you know, change is supposed to make things more efficient. This, in my mind, is not more efficient, so
Right.
I will not agree with it today. I'll be maybe the one nay up here, because I think we need to figure out how to make it work with one P card.
you know, I like the fact that Jeff said that they'll look into it.
Yeah,
so-
yeah, again,
so
I know it,
Yeah,
I understand your situation, but I think it's just adding more work to our employees and I love the idea of making sure people are responsible, but I don't think we've had issues with the P card. Have we had issues with the P card? No.
Nothing major.
No, so I don't understand why we're having, I understand why we're having to change, but I don't agree with it. I think we should have been
that's
working
okay,
on
I
it
understand that.
beforehand.
I feel the same way, Ryan. But we
Well,
have
I'm.
Go ahead, Kevin.
I mean, I think we probably all feel that way, but I guess I need to understand, if we were to deny this, we also end up with the policy. What happens?
If you deny it,
We're in a bad
that's a good
spot.
question.
Yeah, it's a bad spot, right?
Yeah.
It's a bad spot.
I believe Jeff's policy's already been approved for 8.1.
Right.
Okay, it would just,
This is just,
this is just to align the policies.
Mm-hmm.
The
Right.
policies wouldn't align if you don't approve it.
Right.
yeah, that makes sense.
Got
This
it.
is just a policy update, really, an amendment, if you
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
It's an
It's just to get
amendment to the
everything in
policy,
line.
because I remember we approved the P cards
Yeah,
now that you
yes, yeah.
say that a while ago.
Got it.
Which, that's when we should have had this conversation in
right.
more depth, so I apologize for that.
Yeah.
Me too.
And I do want to say there are some efficiencies that you don't see on the back end because
sure.
of it too. But
That work better
it
for
doesn't
the-
make it, yeah,
For
it
the
doesn't,
back
it doesn't
end,
help
not
the
the
employees.
Absolutely, and I think that's what we have to explain to our employees, because if I'm the employee, which I don't have to use it fortunately, I've got a wonderful staff member that does a great job with that, because you'd probably hear more from me. But nevertheless, I'll move to approve it under the circumstances, obviously. It's just
Second.
an amendment to
Yeah.
a policy that we already have in place.
Okay, we have a motion from Commissioner Williams and second from Commissioner Falconer. And, you know, and I think it is good for that we discuss. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. I think it is good that we discuss. There are policy changes all the times and things change. And that's why it's good for us, all of us, to discuss. And commissioners, you've got to weigh in on it. I didn't weigh in on it. I voiced my opinion to
didn't
April, but we should have weighed in on it when we first got it, because staff does try to send it to us and say, hey, guys, we're making a change. So if you don't like it, you need to say something. So it's good for us all to talk to each other. Our staff does a great job. Thank you, Jill.
Yeah.
Our staff members does a great job trying to keep us happy, but make sure the county's taken care of. And sometimes, you know, we're not happy, and we don't let them know that we're not happy, and the reason we're not happy. So I would invite all of us to do a better job at communicating with each other.
Well, with a lot of decisions that are made, you don't see the repercussions until after
Right.
they're done. And that's when I started hearing
Yeah.
the complaints, if you
Yeah,
will.
I know.
And I really couldn't give a good explanation. I have a better understanding now, so I appreciate that, Jeff. But I couldn't, I was like, yeah, I'm not, that doesn't make a lot of sense. But now we understand a little better. Still doesn't mean we like it.
And there's still an opportunity.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Kevin,
Thank
did you have anything else to say?
I just agree with all of that.
Jeff, I appreciate your being willing to look more into this, because right now looks to me like it's a workday 1, county 0. And so, let's see if we can't make it better for the county in the long run. That's our job.
Okay, thank you all. I did call the motion, didn't I? Okay. Next item is 6C is approval of specification and authority to advertise for ITB number 26-2907 Shady Shores Road Project and any appropriate action.
Move to approve.
Second, we have a motion by Commissioner Falconer and a second by myself. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
You have any comments, Kevin? You
I'm,
okay?
I'm just, this project, this is a little complicated project because it's got a federal project and a county project across a couple of different precincts, all that stuff. But, it's one that's definitely needed to, because this road gets flooded.
Yep.
Yeah.
A fair amount. So anyway, we're happy to have it. Thank you.
Thank you. Item 6D is approval of specification and authority to advertise for RFP number 26-2902, countywide multifunction copier fleet and appointment of evaluation committee to include Shannon Lee, District Court Administrator, District Court Administration, Chris Matheson, Facility Division Manager, Public Facilities, Jared McClintock, Desktop Technician Supervisor, Technology Service, Ryan Wilkie, Division Manager, Administrative and Compliance, Public Health, Pauline Hudson, Sheriff Office Administrator, Sheriff Office, and Teresa Swanner, to aid to the Commissioner's Court in any appropriate action. I need a motion? Or comments? Commissioner Edmonds
Move approved.
moved.
A second.
Commissioner Falconer, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Any comments?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
That's good.
Item 6E is approval to cancel the contract between Denton County and Southwest Distributing Company under ITB number 25-2844, effective June 5th, 2026.
Move to approve.
Second, motion by Commissioner Falconer, second by myself. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 6F is approval to contract with Preferred Mechanical Group, LLC, PMG, for the Central Utility Plan refurbishment in the amount of $275,957.32 through the Texas Interlocal Purchasing System TIPS Cooperative Contract number 2501050 1 and any appropriate action.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Williams, second by Commissioner Falconer. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is 6G, approval to contract with Preferred Mechanical Group LLC for the Denton County and County Civil Courts Building HVAC remediation in the amount of $238,516.24 through the Texas Interlocal Purchasing System Cooperative Contract number 2501050 and any appropriate action.
Move to approve, and I've got a quick comment.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Kevin?
So, just FYI, if you're wondering, this is obviously the current Sally, what was the Sally Beauty corporate headquarters, and we, the overall, the HVAC systems there are in very good condition considering the age, but there is work that we need to do in the cooling tower, and that kind of thing. This is just taking care of that stuff while we're working on all the remodel stuff.
Okay, thank you so much. Item 6H is approval of award for ITB number 252894, language and ASL interpretation to One World Global Service LLC and any appropriate action. Need a motion for approval.
Move to approve.
We have a motion by Commissioner Williams. I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 6I is approval of award for ITB number 252889, barricades to David Tighung LTD Company, and any appropriate action.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Williams, second by Commissioner Falconer. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 6J is approval of award for ITB number 25-2887, porta potty and hand washing stations to United Site Services of Texas, and any appropriate action.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Falconer, seconded by Commissioner Williams. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Gotta have those porta potties.
Yeah. Oh, they had them out there, or not the porta potties, but we
Yeah,
had the
hand
washing stations,
Yeah, the
yeah.
hand washing station.
Well, that's new, isn't it? The hand washing part.
It was
of
nice, actually. And of course, I missed it. I was like, hey, does anybody have sanitizer? And then all of a sudden, I'm eating with, trying not to touch the food, and then one of the ladies pointed out that there was a hand washing center there. And I'm like, well, there you go. I'm not too observant.
Okay. Item 7A is report for miscellaneous equipment and software service presented for recording purposes only. Item,
We wanna do 6K now, all Don's here.
did I miss 6K, didn't I?
Yeah, sorry.
I checked it,
I
that's okay.
interrupted you.
That's okay. Approval of award for RFP number 25-2899, full service deputy license agreement to the highest ranked vendor and any appropriate action. Confidential until after the contract approval. Have a motion?
Well, I'll move approval, but I'd love to hear if Don has any comments too.
Second.
We have a motion and a second.
By
Come
the
on
way,
up, Ms. Ways, come on.
What we're approving here is not like a deputy person.
Yeah, it's not an
Right.
individual.
No.
So first, I want to say thank you to the commissioners for the event and to HR. The tax office is the proud recipient of the B statue for the best table, so.
Great,
Well,
And
there
we're
you
already
go.
planning for next year.
good.
I'm hoping that today that we can approve the full-service deputy because it would be a big win for Denton County, the taxpayers. The services that they offer are going to be full-service motor vehicle, and they will be open on days that we're closed. Holidays, they can have extended hours, they can be there on Saturday. Plus, it's a big win because you're not having to build a new building or fund payroll, so it's really a win-win.
Okay,
Well, it's already been approved.
thank you.
Yeah, and I just appreciate your innovative thought to
Yeah,
how can we make things better for our residents. At the same time, I think we're saving
Save
money
some
and
money,
doing it
yeah.
well, so thank
And it's monitored by the tax office, so they will be well audited.
you. Yep.
Okay.
Before you leave, since you're here, I wanted to, because this is on my 17 item, but I want to thank you for making sure that you were able to have all your employees participate in the B event.
Yeah.
It was very obvious.
that's
We
good.
really appreciate it. I talked to a lot of your employees, and they were very happy and excited to be there. So thank you so much for making sure they had that opportunity.
Yep.
Thank you, and they absolutely loved it, so.
That's great.
They like being part of the family.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item. 7A is report for miscellaneous, thank you, Diane, equipment and software services presented for recording purposes only. It's the one I tried to go ahead earlier. 7B is approval of budget amendment request number 2026-279 for the county jail to transfer $199,843 for salary assistant to overtime cash option outside of the budget amendment and human resources policy as recommended by the budget office. Funds are needed to cover overtime for 2 pay periods in the month of April and any appropriate action.
I mean, we're going to take care of our employees, obviously, but.
second.
Okay. I have a motion from
Everybody jump
Commissioner Edmondson.
Yes, I'll second.
We have comments?
Yeah, I'd like to ask the budget office there, is there an expectation of, because we're at over 75% now, is there an expectation that you can see in the future of not needing this any longer, or is that just something the sheriff needs to answer?
I think it would be something the sheriff would need to answer. We are seeing overtime expenses decrease, but not to the levels that they probably should based on the amount of additional DO1s that they are continuing to fill.
Sure.
So we do expect that overtime should continue to decrease a little bit more, but how quickly, that's something that I think the sheriff would need to answer.
Okay.
Okay.
Any
I
more?
mean, obviously significantly different than it has been, but it's still,
Still high.
Yes,
it's still a
yes,
lot
in
of money.
comparison to, prior years, it is a significant decrease, and it does steadily go down. But again, I think we have been filling a lot more of the DO1s, and so, we're not seeing quite that, that offset in overtime to the amount that we expect to see.
Yeah,
So,
and we're not losing as many employees, I'm assuming, as we were, because before we would gain, but we never saw the side that were leaving
Right.
or needing to leave.
yes, yeah, when we look at the amount of positions filled overall, there is, I mean, there,
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
significant difference, it's 75 or 76, 77%.
Commissioner,
Go ahead.
we do have someone from the sheriff department here that,
Oh, sure, yeah,
there
if
you
you,
go.
if you want to just talk about
on
it,
up.
great.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning, sir.
This is a weekly thing for me as the jail administrator.
Yeah.
I'm always going through the pay periods and getting with my captains to make sure we're coming down to where we need to be. He is correct, our numbers are going up, which has been great. I just talked to one of my captains this morning. One of his shifts is going to go on what I call the 4-3-3-4, which will cut out a lot of overtime on that shift. We are working on each shift as we get enough on those shifts to do so. So I think in the very near future, you're going to see these numbers
go down.
drastically coming down.
Yeah.
Just comparing today to like back last fall, it's quite a bit.
Sure, yeah, obviously.
This is something that's at the top of my radar. The sheriff put it there. I try every 2 weeks to go through the pay periods, look at every individual, what overtime they're getting. Those charts are sent to my captains. And I believe they're on top of it, and we're trying to work to get there.
Sure, excellent.
So that's where we're at today.
Thank you, I appreciate your time, sir.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is approval of budget thank you, Commissioner Williams.
Yeah, and
We
thank
have
you, sir.
approval of budget amendment request number 2026-282 for public health clinical to transfer $25,000 from vaccines to training and education to cover the cost of anticipated training expenditures and any appropriate action.
Move to approve.
I second. We have a motion and a second for Commissioner Falconer, second from myself. We have a motion from Commissioner and second by myself. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is 7D, approval of budget amendment request number 2026-284 for AgriLife Extension to transfer $2,732 from mileage reimbursement and $2,732 from training and education to official travel employee for a total transfer of $5,464 to cover the cost of anticipated training expenditures for the remainder of the fiscal year and any appropriate action.
Second.
Second, have a motion from Commissioner Edmondson and second by myself. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is 8A, report from Human Resources regarding hiring actions of elected officials presented for recording purpose only. Mr.
Commissioners,
Hernandez.
hello again. We have one new hire in the county clerk, one promotion in the district attorney's office, one new hire in the sheriff's office, and one rehire in the sheriff's office. Both of them are detention officer ones.
Good.
Thank you so much. Next item is, item 9A, is approval of Texas Health and Human Services contract number HHS 001437400017 for TB prevention and control, combined state and federal grant amendments, number 2 in the amount of $273,235 for FY '27, September 1st, 2026 through August 31st, 2027, and any appropriate action.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Edmondson and second by Commissioner Falconer. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is 10A, approval of the request to hold a public hearing on June 16, 2026 at 9 a.m. for the replat of Lake Geneva Estates, lots 2R-30, Block A, and lots 1, 3R, and 4-37, Block B, -155.199 acres located in Commissioner Precinct 1.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second by Commissioner Williams and second by Commissioner Falconer. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is 12A, approval of the 2025 agency participation agreement between the City of Dallas and the Denton County Sheriff Office for the City of Dallas grant-funded Internet Crimes Against Children program and any appropriate action.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Williams and second by Commissioner Falconer. I think, was it the other way around?
No, you got it right.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 13A is approval of a resolution by the Commissioners Court of Denton County, Texas, approving and authorizing the Denton County Judge to execute an interlocal cooperation agreement between Denton County, Texas and Tabor Ranch Municipal Utility District of Denton County, related in Denton County Commissioner Precinct 4, and I understand we're pulling 13A and 13B. Would you like to, do you have any comments or just?
Nope, just pull.
Okay, thank you. Item 13C is approval of agreement number 7 to the amendment for architectural services between owner and architect for the Denton County Courts Building Expansion and Site Master Plan, and I understand that we're going to table that, but Commissioner Falconer has some comments.
Yes. Yeah, thank you, Chair. As you all know, we've been working steadily on our remodel documents for the civil courts building, moving that. You might even remember that we should have our final CDs by about now, but we've had a little bit of a hiccup on, well, some of it is just normal things that have come into play, but a bit of a hiccup because as this has gone through, there are always in a project this scope, quite frankly, in almost any architectural construction project, you're going to have changes happen. Some and several of those are ones that you all already know about. Notably, the one that you probably remember is adding an elevator to the plans so that we increase the security level for our judges. That, along with some others, which some of these are changes that actually decrease construction cost. But the in our what we want to consider this ASR 7, unfortunately, some of that work on those changes had already been started or worked on, and so in the last few weeks, a lot of conversations with Scott and John and John's team and Scott's team and Jody and so we've been working through how do we keep moving this project forward, and talking with Jeff too, and so I think we have a solution, but we're waiting on the architects to they need to resubmit ASR 7, and we didn't get that in time for today, so my request would be we'll table this until June 2nd, and then we'll approve it. We will see, as I said, you're going to see a little bit of movement on the schedule, not uncommon to see that, but we're working as much as we can to keep this moving. By the way, as I said, these changes are ones that I think, first of all, in many cases, overall, they will save us money. So I think they're good things, and they're also things that more appropriately let us meet the real program of what we have going.
Thank you, Commissioner. Just keep us informed.
You will.
I appreciate
Something else,
it.
if you don't mind, Commissioner, I want to add, I want to thank Scott and Jody for having good conversations with me to kind of educate me a little bit more about some of the issues that we are running with this, because obviously not being intimately involved with it other than from the high level,
Right.
Which I'm very excited, and I think we're going the right direction, and this is going to be a wonderful project when it's finished. But I think there's a lot of things that you can't always, in the scope of work and the way our policies and procedures work, and the law comes into play in some of these things. I think we all agree we need to revisit how some of our policies are, but we don't have time to do that as quickly as it's going to take. We don't want the project to stop while we're trying to change policy.
Right.
So something I think I would, after listening to them, and I believe one of us discussed it a little bit, but I would like the court members, because we can't have discussions all together, walking quorums and things of that nature. Something I think that the Commissioners Court needs to think about when we're looking at projects like this, either today or in the future, depending on how we're able to write up new policies and procedures going forward. We need to give the authority to whatever commissioner that is actually working on the project needs to have the authority to have a little bucket of money to go outside of that scope of work if something needs to be adjusted, where it doesn't have to come back to court every single time, or it doesn't have to go to what we're having to deal with right now. What we're dealing with right now is put us behind schedule. It's going to end up being months if we're not careful. We're at least weeks behind right now, but probably going to be months behind. And it would be very easy to say, okay, Kevin, you have a budget of about $500,000 to plus or minus go if you have to have a change. That is, unfortunately, that's just part of the business that this is. Just think about building a home or anything of that nature. You always make adjustments. So anyway, that'll be my recommendation. Will be something like that. Just want to put that out there for others to think about, whether you like it, whether you don't. Come up with some other solutions where we can have things that can continue moving on without having to stop to get approval on some very basic things. Thank you.
Ryan, I'm gonna have to disagree with you with that bucket of money.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
okay.
everything needs to come back through the Commissioner's Court.
Yeah, that's okay.
Especially if we have to vote on it. I don't think any of us need to have a bucket of money that we can just say we're gonna do it. The problem is that we've got to keep each other informed of what's going on. And when you talk about a walk-on quorum, that doesn't mean that you can't email me and say, Bobby, I'm working on this and I just want to let you know that I'm doing X, Y, Z.
Well, under the circumstances, obviously,
Yeah.
Jody can be the one that can inform all of us.
But that's
and then
not
we don't have to
happening.
worry about it.
That's not happening.
Well, I understand. I'm not
I-
disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that's
Yeah.
what would be the best thing.
And I just to let you know, this has been a very much of a moving target over the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Yes, you've done a great job,
So,
yeah.
So if I were trying to keep you apprised, it would have had to been about every hour literally over the last, these 3 guys here would tell you that there's been a lot. So it's hard sometimes because I don't have a way to inform you of what's happening yet. So,
Well, I think you do, Kevin.
Okay.
Number one, you can always say, we're working on this project and this is happening. And I don't expect a day by day or minute by minute or even a week by week comment. And the next thing is that another court member to be in those meetings, which you can do that. Or keep apprised the judge.
And the judge is,
Yeah,
the judge is aware of everything too.
Yeah, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So it's 2 of you because this project, and I was not going to get into all of it, there are rules that are made, purchasing rules, and federal rules about this project that we have to abide by. So it's not just the Commissioner's Court saying, don't do this, don't do that. It's that there are rules, and as Ryan said, I've been on the end of some of those rules that I tried to do something, and of course there was policies that I couldn't do it. So it's not a bad idea, Commissioner Williams, for us to revisit those policies to try to see if we can change those policies. I don't know if we can, but I think that's a good idea to actually look at them and say we're changing. But I'm of the opinion all the time that everybody's working on something, and you can't tell everybody everything, dot every I, every T. But I'm of the opinion, and I always have been of the opinion, I need to know what's going on if you want my vote. And I'm not trying to control your project. You never try to control mine. I just need to know what's going on, so when I get up here, I can make an intelligent vote to say yes or no and feel good about that vote. That's the thing, and I was not going to get into all that. Y'all pulled me in, so I'm
the good thing
respectfully getting out.
Yeah, the good thing is we have multiple people on that committee that can communicate with us other than Kevin. And then that's what we should just ask for. We'll just make sure that we're communicated with as best possible. Emails are okay, but probably like yourselves, I get about 5,000 emails a day. And so when it's something like this, a phone call is good for me.
Yeah,
For you,
well,
maybe
that's
email.
fine.
I like a phone call because then I can ask certain questions and I get up to speed like that. And I can, some things can be said better through
Phone
to
call.
me, a phone call than an email, and you can take things different ways in emails, so.
You sure can, that's right.
Yes, ma'am. So at the end of the day,
Just
I
keep us
don't
informed.
disagree. We just need to have a little better communication in certain aspects. But I also, there's not one of you up here, I don't trust 100% with
Right.
what you're trying to do. I think at the end of the day, there's no one up here that's not doing something to the best of the ability for either the citizens that we represent or the employees that we employ. And so I have full faith in your abilities.
I agree.
The biggest thing is I just don't want to get caught where somebody comes up to me and asks me a question and I have no clue.
You have no idea. Yeah, that's the problem.
But that can happen occasionally too. The good thing is I usually know somebody I can pick up the phone and call and get the answer.
Right.
But thank you for allowing us to have this discussion, guys. And
Okay.
Kevin, thank you for your time, and same thing for everybody else up here that's been putting a lot of effort into this. None of these projects are easy whatsoever, and it's totally different in the private sector than it is the
It
public
is,
sector.
and we have to treat that different. There's a lot
Yes,
more
ma'am.
rules
Yes, ma'am.
in government
Yes,
than
ma'am.
it is in
Well,
the
it's not
private
our
sector.
money. It's the people's money.
Yeah.
That we're spending, and
Yeah.
they instill a lot of trust in what we do, decisions we make. So,
And thank you, Kevin, for all your work. I do appreciate that. The next item, so we're going to table that. We're
Yes.
going to vote to table that.
Yes.
Kevin, you want to make that motion, or do we need to vote on it, John?
No, just
No,
table.
okay, we're going to table that until Kevin let us know when he's ready to put it back on.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next item is 14A. I left you out, I'm sorry. Did you have any comments?
No, this is fine, I was listening.
Okay. Approval of the
Sorry,
constable
Commissioner.
bond for Trevor Kruger as Denton County Constable Precinct 1 in the amount of $1,500 with a premium of $50 to come from auditor line item number 1001 CC 101404900 SC 49010 general funds, county official bonds, and any appropriate action.
Move to approve?
And I'll second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Williams and second by Commissioner Edmondson. All in favor?
Aye.
Next item is 14B, is approval of farm and ranch. Motion carries. Approval of number 1, farm and ranch contract between Kenneth Klein as the seller and Denton County, Texas as buyer for the purchase of real property described as 16.257 plus dash acres, A00028 J8 heirs, TR 46 Old DCAT, TR 15, Denton County, Texas, the property for the purchase price of $450,000 plus all applicable closing costs, including title, insurance policy, boundary survey, with real estate commission payable by listing or principal broker to Newland Real Estate, Inc. 2, grant authorization to proceed with closing and approval for the Denton County judge to sign all necessary closing documents. 3, grant authorization for the Denton County auditor and the Denton County treasurer as applicable to pay earnest money in the amount of $4,500 to Freedom Title within 10 days of the effective date of the contract and to pay all remaining funds due at closing. And 5, with funding to come from permanent improvement funds and any appropriate action.
Move to approve?
We have a motion by Commissioner Williams and second by Commissioner Edmondson. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
If you don't mind if I have something, Commissioner?
sir.
I just want to make sure that everybody understands this is a purchase for our convention center that we will have in the future. This land is contiguous to the other lands that we currently own. This is like a little piece of pie that was kind of cut out, so it's actually very important for us to own. And so that's the reason for the purchase.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. The next item, we don't have any executive session items. So, before we get to item number 17, I want to be sure to remind people that we will not have a meeting on Tuesday, May 26th. And now, item 17, community events. Commissioner Williams.
Thank you, ma'am. Congratulations to Blake Pyron of Sanger for operating Blake Snow Shack for 10 years. We recently enjoyed snow cones from his business at our annual Best Employees Ever event to show our appreciation to more than 2,000 employees. Blake is a National Down Syndrome ambassador and is known throughout the region for his snow cones and his smiles. And his snow cone stand is conveniently located in the downtown area of Sanger, generally by a church. And so please go out and support him. He does a wonderful job. We have two schools that advanced to the regional and state semifinal rounds this past weekend. Guyer advanced to play in the state semifinal round for the 4th straight season and will face Forney for the 2nd year in a row. That's baseball, men's baseball. And the Aubrey champs advance to their first regional final since 2010, overcoming an early deficit to beat Sunnyvale in Saturday's playoff decider. Congratulations to both of those schools. Our Denton County Office of Emergency Management has deployed one of their team to work with local and state officials on the Panhandle wildfires. As you guys all know, those are out of control. It's not unusual for us. Unfortunately, it's a very dry area that has a lot of wind. Our senior specialist, Catherine Gitz, deployed to Amarillo and immediately began assisting with damage assessment to help with understanding the size and scope of the damage caused by the multiple fires in the region. So thank you to her for her dedication and willingness to serve on the behalf of Denton County as we help regional neighbors in a time of need. A couple other things on the B event. It was a huge success. It's always a lot of fun. Yes, thank you to HR, purchasing. I appreciate the employees that all were involved and all the directors and elected officials that allowed their employees to engage and be a participant. I thought it was, again, a huge success. Every year it seems that it gets a little better.
Getting better.
We really had a lot of folks there. I spoke with a ton that really enjoyed it, and that's what it's all about. It's all about thanking our wonderful employees. So thank you very much, and that's all I have, Commissioner.
Thank you. Kevin?
I'd also echo the B event. It was a great event, and thanks for what you do. Maybe next year, Gustavo, you'll be able to get that water out a little faster. But it was
I
good.
try my best, but
Okay.
age is getting.
Well, when you can only do one bottle at a time.
I know it is. I get it. There's some real limitations.
Yeah, there's a gym he needs to meet.
Thank you. In precinct 2, several items we have in Thompson Elementary School in Carrollton is home to a brand new book vending machine. That's really cool, and that is going to allow even more of the students to be able to get books, and that's been paid for with Atmos Energy and the Carrollton Farmers Branch Educational Foundation, which is a great way to do that. And then Little Elm is celebrating 60 years. It's a little disturbing that Little Elm is younger than me, but I'm glad that they are celebrating the 60th year. Congratulations to them. They are growing like crazy. I'm so proud of how much they're doing there and all the great things that are going on in Little Elm. And then just a shout out to the Colony and Louisville firefighters who are teaming up. They teamed up to help each other recently because we have the whole start of the lake season. And so here at Louisville Lake, we always know, and it's always hard for me to hear about those tragedies that happen on our lakes. And Louisville Lake is certainly got its share of those. But the Louisville teams train the Colony firefighters on underwater search, rescue, and recovery operations. I think that's great that we're seeing that kind of teamwork. And by the way, and Bobby may have this, but special thanks to the Louisville PD recently, like I think yesterday, who found what was likely a little pipe bomb that was going to be used for fishing. If you didn't know, it is illegal to fish with bombs, so explosives. So, and it's dangerous, is why it's illegal. So, I'm glad that our PD was on top of that. And by the way, it's a really lazy way to fish. But
works extremely well.
It does work well, but it is lazy.
I haven't done it, I'm just telling you.
Yeah, right.
It sounds like it. There's also little shock deals that they use. They send down and they shock the fish, and they rise to the top, and it's unbelievable, but anyway.
That was done in
I don't
the past.
participate in that type
Better
of
than
stuff.
throwing dynamite in there.
Yeah.
You are kidding.
Carrollton's got Chalk the Park on the 21st from 5 to 8 at Mary Heads Carter Park. That'll be fun. And then Memorial Day wreath laying ceremony on the 25th. We do have Memorial Day coming up here. Let's make sure we all remember all of that. That'll be on the 25th at 10 a.m. at our Veterans Memorial Plaza. If you haven't been there, I'm very proud of that Veterans Memorial there in Carrollton. Crossroads has their Crossroads Community Market on the 23rd from 8 to noon, and that's at 2042 FM 424. Little Elm is having their farmers market on the lawn, and that's at the lawn on the lakefront on the 23rd from 10 to 2. And then the Colony has Cinema Nights School of Rock, so at the Galaxy Theater in Grandscape on the 29th from 6:30 to 9. So that'll be, I think the Lorax is going to be on the big screen for that. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Edmondson?
Well, we have quite a bit going on for Memorial Day in Precinct 4. For example, in Hazlet, on May 25th at 10 a.m., they're going to have their Veterans Memorial Garden open to honor volunteers and veterans. And then Trophy Club has Memorial Day ceremonies on the 25th from 10 to 11 at the Medland Cemetery. They say they want to remember and honor service members who died in the armed forces. I'd also like to congratulate Lisa Cabrera, who's the Crum City Secretary, for receiving the Texas Municipal Clerk's Office Achievement of Excellence Award. There are 254 counties in Texas. She is one of only 42 clerks in the entire state to receive this award, so we're very proud of her. Also, this weekend in Robeson Ranch, we have several events tied to Memorial Day. For example, along the main entrances and the route to the clubhouse, flags, military branch flags, and the official 250th anniversary flag will be placed out, and it just will give you goosebumps to drive in and see all those flags flying and know that we owe so much to those who made that happen. And then we will have a solemn memorial service at Veterans Park, and then we're going to also then go for a champagne yacht club celebration. I got to tell you, I don't know what that is, but it's going to be at the Wild Horse Grill, and that is open to the public if anyone would like to come. This happens to be National Public Works Week, and so our communities are wanting to honor the various hardworking teams who keep the water flowing, the toilets flushing, the roads repaired, and facilities maintained. So we thank all of you who are doing any kind of maintenance to our facilities. Thank you so much. I do want to remind you all that early voting on the primary runoff is taking place right now, and it will be through Friday, and then you can vote anywhere in the county because it is early voting. However, on Election Day, which will be next Tuesday, you must vote in the assigned voter precinct for your residence. So please go and vote. It's such an important election. And may I suggest that you do your own research and not necessarily count on the research of people you don't know,
Right.
who are putting out things. I got a text this morning that was just full of false information, but I was asked to believe it and to vote for this individual. So do your own research. Y'all are smart. Don't take the words of somebody that you don't even know who they are. So anyway, thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Commissioner Edmondson. That is so right about the voting. Also, today at the courthouse here at 11 a.m. to 3, there's going to be a blood drive, and at the sheriff's office, jail, 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. So please, if you want to give blood, please make yourself available for that. Also, I want to remind people that the Denton County offices will be closed on Monday, May 25th. In observance of Memorial Day, office will reopen on Tuesday, May 26th at 8 a.m. The Commissioners Court will not be in session on Tuesday, May 26th, but will resume on Tuesday, June 2nd at 9 a.m. I want to congratulations to 58 Louisville ISD seniors, TECC West, who committed to enter the workforce after graduation or pursue post-secondary trade school education. Each of these students are starting careers in auto collision, welding, HVAC, cosmetology, as well as electrical and wood manufacturing. One student, Marcus High student, senior Zakiah Fernandez, earned a nation-leading 25 AWS welding certification. And this is significant because it demonstrates the importance of having options for our students. Some are seeking to enter the workforce through trade school education, while others are going through the traditional higher education. Both are needed for our future workforce. Congratulations to all. Also, our leadership classes in Louisville and Flower Mound are graduating this week. The 9-month commitment allows individuals to learn about their communities, government at all levels, from local to county to state, and other important details to help them on their way to becoming leaders or elected officials. Congratulations to all of them for their dedication. If you see an opportunity to be a part of a leadership class at one of our local chambers of commerce, I highly recommend that you sign up. Also, Fiesta Shara, a free event featuring a Latino rodeo music and dancers, is scheduled for 4 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. on Sunday, May 24th at the Bill Weavers Arena in Louisville, Texas. Also in Corinth, Agora Music Fest, May 29th, 6 p.m. At the Commons at Agora. Flower Mound, we have a Memorial Day ceremony, May 25th at 9 a.m. at the Senior Center. This is always a great event. In Louisville, we have a Decoration Memorial Day, May 25th at 10 a.m., 1200 McGee Lane at the Old Hall Cemetery. The local VFW holds a ceremony to honor veterans at the north entrance of the cemetery. And that's all I have, and that's all the information and items we have for today, so I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. We have a motion to adjourn, and I'll second that. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Go and have a great day and have a great Memorial Day, but stay safe.